Willie, I was yesterday. I was reading. We have David Frum's going to be on today. I was reading. He was talking about how, and I can put myself in this collection of people, how we were so out of touch after getting elected in 1994. We got elected. We had this great majority. We just a landslide, and we went in there and we got in a bubble. We had a contract with America. Despite what Democrats said, about 75% of Americans supported things in there. And then the investigation started, and they started against Bill Clinton, and they continued and they continued. And David said that people, and he was right, that basically American people go, yeah, we know the guy's got some problems, and we know he also has some problems when it comes to ethics inside the government. We don't care. Just, do your job. Talked about how we were in a bubble. Members of Congress got beaten badly in 96, did worse in 98. Bill Clinton is impeached, and he leaves with, 63% approval rating, right? Well, David said it's because we were in that bubble. That's exactly what's happening with the Republicans. We can see it. Right? I mean, people that aren't inside Kevin McCarthy's bubble, that aren't inside the House bubble, they can see it. But everybody can see it, but they can't. And it's as if they ignored everything that happened a couple of Tuesday nights ago. And I know people are thinking like, oh, we're owning the libs. No. This election shows you're not owning the libs. You're owning yourself. This harkens us all back, I know, Willie, you like me, to the great sushi throwing away incident of 2017 when a certain member of Donald Trump's staff went to one of the most expensive sushi restaurants in Washington, D.C. He bought all of this expensive sushi, and as he was going out, the owner said something critical of him. So to own the libs, he threw away the sushi that he had just bought, making everybody in the restaurant die laughing. So this is what's happening. The owning of the libs is ending up helping the libs. And my God, we've seen it over the past couple of days in Washington, D.C., coming out of a House Republican caucus that just can't seem to get out of their own way.
He really showed them, didn't he, throwing out $50 worth of sushi to make his point. And to your point, this is what Kevin McCarthy's talking about now. He's, of course, the Republican leader, about to be the speaker, calling for House Republicans to, quote, fulfill their constitutionally mandated oversight authority over the Biden administration. Here's exactly what McCarthy said. He wrote, House Republicans will be ready on day one to exercise our Article I authority to hold the Biden administration accountable. Every congressional committee has an oversight responsibility, and we intend to finally get the answers the American people deserve. The GOP reportedly has identified 42 officials from President Biden's administration to testify next year after Republicans take control of the House of Representatives in January. Former speechwriter for George W. Bush and conservative columnist Mark Thiessen tweeted, so voters just stopped the GOP red wave because they thought Republicans were too extreme. But as soon as they win a razor-thin majority, the first thing ours announced they're doing is investigating Hunter Biden, not addressing inflation or crime or the border. Absolutely nuts, writes Mark Thiessen. To your point there, Joe, it's going to be about Hunter Biden. It's going to be about the laptop. Some of the extreme members have promised impeachment hearings of Joe Biden as soon as they sit down. It begins in late January.
And guess what? No plan. I mean, inflation, no idea, no plans. Let's investigate Hunter Biden's laptop. Crime, and even if progressives on Twitter think that people aren't talking about crime anymore, I can tell you they are, because I heard two loved ones yesterday, one in New York and one in Washington, talking about like some really harrowing moments that they experienced yesterday in those two cities. People are still going to be talking about crime. Republicans are going to be talking about Hunter Biden's laptop, health care, which Republicans haven't. Jen Psaki, Republicans hated Obamacare so much that they've now gone 12, 13 years without an alternative to it. So Crime still is. I don't care what people are still in big cities like Washington, New York, L.A. They're still worried about crime. They're still worried about homelessness. They're still worried about people with real mental challenges on the streets. For their sake and for their family's sake and they're still worried about stuff like that. They're still worried about health care prices exploding. They're still worried about gas prices exploding. And the Republicans who ran to say we're the answer to this, they're doing nothing. They're saying nothing. They've got no plan. Say what you will about my class. We had a contract with America. We said these are the 10 things we're going to do. What do they have? Their contract with Hunter Biden is we're going to investigate Hunter Biden's laptop. And the hell with American gas prices, the hell with inflation, the hell with health care, the hell with crime, the hell with all of that for these Republicans in the House. They don't care.